What's up everybody, it's Karl, aka Karl Drum Tech for Drumline Chops, and today I want to talk about how to fight your brain to learn your music. And you're thinking, what? What do you mean fight my brain? This thing right here? Yes, okay. So what I mean by that is I had a student. This is like a audition piece, right? And the music calls for just basically a ping shot and then and to and. Okay, da, 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 da. But for whatever reason, the student interprets it as obviously quite different from, right? So I went into basically my fighting your brain speech. And the fighting your brain speech is as you're learning something new, right? Whether you're learning a new piece of music, learning a new exercise, new rhythm, whatever the case may be, right? Your brain doesn't have a lot of experience with it, right? Doesn't know how it sounds, doesn't know how it feels, doesn't know what you're supposed to do with your hands, the sticking, right? So once you do learn it, like a very fragile structure in your brain. The idea that you're learning is just very raw. It's very like, unsecure. This idea that, okay, this is a rhythm. The student's brain is starting to formalize that rhythm, how it sounds, how it feels, like, the spacing of the notes, things like that, right? But it's like, it's still kind of weak, okay? Right? Because the brain is like, all right, I'm not sure if that's right or not, right? The brain is going to want some type of familiarity. It's going to want to build comfort. And if playing this is not comfortable, it's going to find something that is comfortable. Like let's say a rhythm that the student has played before. So my theory is that the student has played this kind of rhythm before. The student's brain is kind of like drawing towards that. Like, okay, like I'm not sure if it's this or this thing that kind of sounds like it. It's like, which one do I choose? Is this new thing I'm learning, or is it this other rhythm that I'm used to? I'm gonna go with the thing I'm used to, right? Because it's familiar and it's comfortable, right? So sometimes without even knowing it, right? The student will still play, or you might do that, right? As you're learning a piece of music. Like the writing says, the notation says something, and then you play something else completely different. And a lot of times it's maybe some type of rhythm that you've done before. That's where you have to fight your brain, right? It's like it's gonna try to throw you off, like not necessarily intentionally. It's just basically trying to find that comfort, like I said, right? So, it's like, I wanna do this other thing that I'm comfortable with, right? But then you gotta be like, no, okay? This is the part right here. This is the one we're supposed to be learning. This is the thing that we wanna make stronger. And the only way to make it stronger is to do it multiple times so that your brain can kind of get used to that idea of, again, how it sounds, how it feels, how it, how it's spaced, right? You do that enough times, then that structure becomes more solid, and then you can be like, hey brain, I know you want to introduce this idea of, right? But that's not it. I'm gonna ignore you. And once in a while, your brain is still gonna want to introduce that idea, like, hey, don't you want to play this? Right? And then you have to be like, no, that is not it. This is the part. So try to think about that if you're having trouble learning a part, right? Or a rhythm, or a piece of music, and you just keep playing it wrong over and over again, right? And number one is you have to be aware you're playing it wrong, okay? But then if you are playing it wrong, now you know why you do it. Now you know why your brain does it, okay? And anytime that happens, fight your brain, okay? Go with what's actually correct, that's written in the music, okay? Your brain is gonna wanna introduce ideas that are more familiar and comfortable. Ignore it. Go with the thing you're learning. Be uncomfortable. Hang out in that zone of discomfort and then learn something new. And pretty soon, your brain is gonna think, all right, cool, I have this new rhythm I like. And then you learn a new rhythm. And you're like, okay, that does happen, okay? But the more rhythms you're exposed to, then the more you can kind of call on each thing as its own thing and be comfortable with everything rather than just a few rhythms. Does that make sense? All right, so cool. Hopefully this video was helpful, and do us a huge favor. If you did, hit that like button down below. If you have any questions or comments, leave that in the comments below as well. Come into the conversation. Has this ever happened to you? Do you experience this phenomenon? Do you find yourself fighting your brain, right? Introducing these wrong ideas, okay? And you have to tell them no. Tell your brain no, that's not it, okay? Share that experience as well, okay? And if you feel like this video could help somebody else out, make sure you share this video with them. And if you have not subscribed yet to Drumline Chops, make sure you subscribe so you get all these new cool videos. All right, so cool. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. You should watch more videos by clicking over here and then subscribing over here. See you guys on the next Drumline Chops video. Bye.